Alright, let's talk. You're here because you want more. More frames, more power, more... everything. Pre-built PCs are fine, I guess. They get the job done, but building your own? That's a whole different league. It's like buying a car off the lot, building a custom hot rod in your garage. You get to choose every single part, screaming fast processor, the last RGB fan. This isn't just about assembling a machine, it's about creating something uniquely yours, tailored to your needs, your budget, your style. It's an adventure and the payoff is huge. Pressing the power button for the first time, it actually turns on, unbeatable. Relief, pride, pure excitement. You didn't just buy a gaming rig, you willed it into existence, you know every wire. The CPU, or Central Processing Unit, is the brain of your entire operation. It's the boss. It tells every other part what to do. For gaming, this is a critical choice. In 2025, AMD is absolutely crushing it, especially with their Ryzen processors featuring 3DV cache technology. This is basically an extra pile of super-fast memory stacked right on top of the CPU, which games absolutely love. It dramatically boosts frame rates by giving the processor quicker access to the data it needs. This is the secret sauce that makes AMD's X3D chips the kings of gaming performance. And it's why we're focusing on them for our ultimate build. For the top-tier, no-compromise build, look no further than the AMD Ryzen 7 7800 X3D. This processor is, simply put, a gaming monster. It might not have the highest core count, but its 8 cores are more than enough for any game on the market, and its massive slab of 3DV cache puts it at the top of almost every gaming benchmark. If you want the absolute best frame rates without spending a fortune, this is your chip. For those who do more than just game, like streaming video editing and 3D rendering, the Ryzen 9 7950 X3D is the ultimate choice. It combines the gaming prowess of 3DV cache with a whopping 16 cores. If the CPU is the brain, the GPU, or graphics processing unit, is the muscle. This is the component that does the heavy lifting to draw all those beautiful, high-resolution images on your screen. It's what separates a slideshow from a silky smooth 144 frames per second experience. For a high-end 2025 build, you need a GPU that can keep up with your powerful AMD processor. The goal is to create a balanced system. You don't want a beastly CPU waiting around for a slow GPU or vice versa. This pairing is the most important performance relationship in your entire PC. On one side of the ring we have NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 40 series cards. The RTX 4080 Super, the mighty RTX 4090 are top contenders for a reason. They offer incredible raw performance and come with industry-leading features like DLSS 3, Deep Learning Super Sampling. DLSS uses AI to intelligently upscale lower-resolution images and even generate entirely new frames, giving you a massive performance boost with stunning image quality. Their ray tracing performance, which simulates how light behaves in the real world for ultra-realistic graphics, is also currently the best in the business. If you want all the bells and whistles and cutting-edge tech, NVIDIA is a very compelling choice. On the other side, we have AMD's own Radeon graphics cards, like the RX 7900 XTX. Don't sleep on Team Red's GPUs, they offer fantastic raw performance, often at a more competitive price point than their NVIDIA counterparts. This means you can get more frames per dollar, which is always a win. AMD has its own upscaling technology called FSR, Fidelity FX Super Resolution, which works on a wider range of graphics cards, even NVIDIA's. We've talked about the brain and the muscle, but a champion needs more than that. Let's cover the supporting cast. RAM, storage, the power supply. These parts might not get the glory, but are critical to performance and stability. Skimping on these components is one of the biggest mistakes a first-time builder can make. It's like putting cheap, worn-out tires on a brand-new supercar. Sure, it'll move, but it won't perform like it should, and you're risking catastrophic failure. Let's make sure your build is strong in every aspect. First up is RAM, or random access memory. Think of RAM as your PC's short-term memory or workspace. Complex tasks like huge open-world games need more workspace. For AM5 platforms, you'll use DDR5 RAM. For a 2025 gaming build, 32 GB is the new sweet spot. It gives headroom for current and future games and multitasking. Discord web browsing while you play. But capacity isn't everything. Speed matters. Look for 6000 MHz kits with low timings like CL30. This pairs great with Ryzen 7000 series CPUs. Next, storage. No more slow mechanical hard drives. We live in the era of NVMe SSDs, tiny M2 sticks that plug into your motherboard for insanely fast speeds. Okay, so a top-of-the-line rig with a 7950 X3D and an RTX 4090 sounds amazing, but let's be realistic, not everyone has a blank check. The good news is, you don't need to spend thousands to have an incredible gaming experience in 2025. The beauty of building your own PC is that you can make smart choices to maximize your performance per dollar. AMD's lineup is fantastic because it scales down beautifully, offering excellent options for more budget-conscious builders without making you feel like you're missing out on the fun. It's all about finding that perfect balance for your wallet. A fantastic starting point for a mid-range build is the AMD Ryzen 5 7600X. This 6-core processor is an absolute workhorse and a value king. It uses the same modern AM5 platform as its bigger brothers, so you still get access to fast DDR5 RAM and PCIe 5.0 support for future upgrades. For pure gaming, it punches way above its weight class, delivering smooth frame rates in even the most demanding titles. Pair this CPU with a more modest but still powerful GPU, like an NVIDIA RTX 4060 Ti or an AMD Radeon RX 7700 XT, and you have a machine that will absolutely dominate 1080p and 1440p gaming without breaking the bank. What if you're on a really tight budget or you want to build a small, compact PC and maybe add a graphics card later? This is where AMD's APUs shine. An APU or accelerated processing unit is the AMD Ryzen 7 8700G is a game changer in this space. This is it, the moment of truth. You've got all your boxes, you've unboxed everything like it's Christmas morning. First, prepare your workspace. A large, clean table with good lighting is perfect. Grab a Phillips head screwdriver, grab some zip ties. It's wise to work on a hard floor, or use an anti-static wrist strap to prevent static discharge. Place your motherboard on top of its box for a bench build. Open the retention arm on the AM5 socket. Look for the small golden triangle on the corner of your Ryzen CPU. Find the matching triangle on the socket. Gently place the CPU into the socket, don't force it, it should just drop in. Close the retention arm. It will feel a bit stiff, that's normal. Next, the RAM. Open the clips on the RAM slots. Align the notch on your DDR5 stick with the slot notch. Press down firmly on both ends until the clips click into place. For the bench test, slot in your NVMe SSD into the M2 slot and secure it with the screw. If your CPU didn't come with a cooler or you bought an aftermarket one, install it now. It usually involves a mounting bracket and screwing the cooler down. Don't forget to apply thermal paste if it's not pre-applied. Next, plug your GPU into the topmost long PCIe slot. Connect the main 24-pin power cable. Connect the 8-pin CPU power cable. Then connect the PCIe power cables to your GPU. Plug in your monitor and keyboard. Briefly short the 2 power switch pins on the motherboard with a screwdriver to turn it on.